Welcome back, everybody, to Guber Talks. My name's Justin.
My friends call me Gavin.
And Gavin doesn't have any friends.
Oh.
I'm Bundy.
Welcome back, Bundy. You're not a guest anymore. You're just here.
Yeah,
One of these
pretty
days,
much.
I'm going to find something else to do on Sundays. And that'll be my last
We'll just
week.
call you. We'll just Skype you in instead.
Yeah.
I think for like the YouTube stream of this, we should just put like a little drawing of Bundy right next to our little logo.
Yeah, just like put like a family photo in.
Yeah.
Like I'm your stepdad.
From like when you were in elementary school, like
Exactly.
one of those school pictures. So perfect. Well, what's new with everybody?
I ain't got
That's
nothing.
it. All right. That's the podcast. Let's talk about some stuff. Some
Okay.
stuff happened this week.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
I think we should, address the elephant in the room. Bundy,
You're the elephant.
you're the
Oh,
elephant.
I'm the elephant. Oh.
Now, what happened with Spider-Man this week, Gavin?
Yeah. So, if you weren't aware before,
Yeah, if you're not on social media whatsoever, it's
well,
like everywhere.
I just meant like before that. So, Marvel and Sony had a deal that because currently the Spider-Man character and universe and all that is owned by Sony, and Marvel has not purchased Sony yet. They have purchased practically everyone else.
They will.
Every other Marvel superhero they own now.
Yep.
For the most part. But they couldn't get Spider-Man, so before Civil War came out, they struck up a deal so that Spider-Man could be in the MCU, but Sony got all the movie profits. Disney got all the like merchandise and like park rights, I think, like that or something. Or like they pretty much got everything else except for movie revenue. And then so because of that, Spider-Man was in the MCU and produced by Kevin Feige and all that stuff. Well, this last week, that deal is no longer. They canceled the deal because Sony wanted to renegotiate.
Yep.
Or Disney wanted to renegotiate. One of them wanted a new deal.
Disney.
Yeah,
probably.
and then the other one didn't think it was fair. So it's. I don't think right now it's 100% set in stone, confirmed dead.
Yeah.
But there's no news on a new deal coming out.
Yeah.
So what that means is that if they don't come up with a new deal, Spider-Man is no longer in the MCU.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is not going to be a thing anymore unless Sony continues on
They will.
with him.
I think no matter what, you're gonna get Tom Holland films.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna reach a deal at some point. Honestly.
I mean, I'd be surprised if they don't make any deal
Yeah.
at all, even if it's like a year from now, because there's no Spider-Man movies planned for 2020 anyway, so they don't have to rush anything.
Yeah, for the MCU, they're making their own like Morbius stuff and all the side stuff for Spider-Man.
Morbius cinematic universe.
Stupid. I don't like that. I'll go see it. Like I saw Venom, which was okay.
But I mean, Venom is
It's way different.
way different than Morbius.
Yeah.
Morbius
It's-
is like your C level.
It's weird.
Well, I just meant like the tone of the movie. Like if they tried to bring in Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man into the Venom movie,
I
like
think it would work.
I think it's way
I
way
think
too
they could make
different.
it work.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
in Venom, they weren't in like New York. They're in like California, right? Like San
Yeah,
Francisco. So they kind of like were. I feel like that was on purpose. So like in case they wanted to like incorporate the MCU, they could do that. But like
I just meant because like I'm sure they can do it. It's just
it is strange.
everything we've seen up till now
Yeah.
is like MCU like theme. So it's
Yeah.
kind of it's a little happier. It's more comedic and all that. Well, Venom, it had comedy, but it was more darker comedy.
Yeah.
It was kind of it was cheesy too, but that's just bad writing, I guess.
Yeah.
I liked Venom, but not for like the story. I just liked it because of the action and like the effects and stuff like that.
Speaking of Venom, they did get a new director. What's his name, buddy?
Andy Serkis.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's directing?
He's directing the sequel, so
Nice.
that's gonna be interesting.
Has he?
He does have directorial experience.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
He directed the Netflix's
Jungle Book.
Mowgli?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he directed that. But I think, I mean, as far as like if they brought them into one movie together, since we already have like, is the second Venom coming out next year?
I think it's 2021.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look that up while
so
you.
still 2 years
Yeah.
possibly away. I think if we could get another Venom, and then we could do, do a Spider-Man with Venom in it, I think that's gonna be a lot cooler because at that point you almost have like two co-leads, where you kind of have Eddie Brock more established, and obviously everybody knows Spider-Man's character at that point.
Yeah,
you're right. It's next year.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
is it early or like November or something?
It'll probably be November.
Yeah.
I don't think they started filming on it.
No.
Which I think when they hired him, they said that they had a plan when the production would be starting soon.
Yeah.
I know they're filming Morbius because they've done some.
I'm pretty sure they're done filming.
I
When's
haven't
that?
seen any like set leaks.
When does that come out?
Pictures.
Huh?
When does that come out?
Probably next year. I don't.
Yeah.
I would not assume this year.
I don't.
It's
Not this year. No, yeah, because I was wondering because when you said Venom and they haven't started filming yet, they better get on that because because the special effects takes a lot longer than filming, and if they want to make it good, they're gonna need all the time they can get.
But I mean, Venom did really well at the box office. So.
Yeah, $855 million, almost had $1 billion.
Almost,
That's nuts.
But again, I don't. I think it was a fluke, honestly, because it wasn't
You think so?
I think it's because it's like the first actual Venom that we've seen.
It did well overseas, to my knowledge.
Yeah,
like in
really
China.
Well. Oh yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. Because like the Venom, like just the movie in general, it was all right at best. Like the writing, the story it was just okay.
Yeah.
But the actually seeing Venom in action, like how he's supposed to be, that was good.
Yeah, I think
I liked like you said, I like the relationship between Eddie Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Brock and Venom. I liked that a lot, which that was probably the best part of the film, but everything else was garbage to me. And then I didn't like how they ended it because they showed that in the trailer. That last scene where he's talking about
fight. Wait, what are you talking about?
So he's at like the convenience store and he's talking about how he's going to chew off that guy's head or whatever, it's going to roll.
So on YouTube, I don't know what kicked it off, but for the last like 2 weeks, I see that clip constantly on the ad roll.
Yeah.
It's that clip, just
really,
every single video, and I have no idea why.
Interesting,
because it's just promoting it. It's on what, HBO or Stars or something like that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Morbius comes out in July next year.
That's gonna sink.
Yeah,
hardcore, dude.
July 31st, I think is what it said. So that's gonna be interesting.
Are there any MCU movies coming out
Next year?
Black Widow and Eternals.
Yeah, so not like your
not the big
super
ones.
heavy hitters.
No, but then they have the Disney Plus. I think 2 of them come out next year. I think.
But then that's what I was wondering, because with the Disney Plus thing, they no longer have what. They
3 movies a year, right?
Well, no, they no longer have like the box office competition because people can watch it at 2 a.m. if they want, whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was wondering, like when Morbius comes out, if there were any MCU movies coming out, like around that time, if it would have any competition, or if that's going to be the only superhero movie or comic book movie out there.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what? I mean, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman will be out by that point, I think.
Yep, summer. That's gonna be baller.
Yeah, the first one was good.
I love the first one, and I'm kind of glad they pushed it out because they can work on it more.
That way, they don't have to compete with Disney.
Yeah,
that too.
I'm so confused at the DC universe. Is that
everybody
thing?
Is nobody knows what's going on?
Is this like is Wonder Woman tied in, or is it just its own thing now?
It's nothing.
Like Shazam and like Wonder Woman are kind of like doing their own. It's like the same universe. They mention each other, like in Aquaman. They kind of like did whatever.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman take place within that universe, kind of loosely.
Yeah,
but
and Shazam.
Shazam doesn't really.
They don't mention it as much, but like they have like the toys and whatnot from like Superman.
Yeah.
And at the end of Shazam, they have.
Yeah, I mean they.
Yeah,
but it's not like super in universe. Like nobody else.
Wait, have you seen it?
Seen the first half.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I rented it and then just never got around to seeing the second half. It
was
good.
At the end, Superman pops up.
Yeah, there's a cameo by Superman's,
but it's not
chest down.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not Henry Cavill or anything.
No, you couldn't tell.
Does he speak?
No.
Oh.
So yeah, it's.
I liked it. I thought it was.
It's funny.
I like Shazam. I think it's a good film.
The parts I saw were really good, and I really like that concept because that's like every kid's dream is want to be a superhero.
Yeah.
That's why I like
different.
Miles Morales and that.
Yeah,
it's because it's that same thing. It's like a kid finally gets to be a superhero.
Yeah, it
but
was a fun movie. But
yeah, I don't know what's going on with the DC universe. Okay. I'll watch Joker.
Oh yeah,
it got officially rated R. So
I saw that.
And
I wonder why. Like what pushed it they edge? I wonder if it's language or if it's violence.
I feel like it's violence and language.
Joker's just gonna bust in that.
Yeah. They released today. Todd Phillips, I think is what the director's name is. He released like these clips from the movie, which somebody put them all together and it spells out. There's a trailer coming out, I think this week.
It spells out
20.
there's a trailer coming
like
out.
trailer. There's a trailer coming. No, it says trailer and then
Like
the
a date? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the 28th.
yeah. So is that Friday? What day is it?
It was the 24th. Oh.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah,
Something
sure.
like that. So that'll be interesting. It looks different, and I like different. So
No.
something's just not the same superhero thing over and over again. Which hey, if DC wants to do that and just make just good one-off films, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think good being the key word.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Marvel has kind of indoctrinated me into that style of superhero movies, so that's kind of what
Yeah.
I'm expecting for everything. But
Definitely.
yeah,
It doesn't work. People can't make universes, and I think we've briefly talked about that.
it's tough.
It's
yeah.
so hard to do.
Well,
And
and
everyone's tries just rushing it and duplicating.
That's the problem. I think DC saw what Marvel did with the Avengers, and they're like, we have to get on this now because they thought. I mean, I thought it too. I thought after Avengers 1 came out, I thought the comic book thing was gonna like kind of fade out.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It just kicked off even more. And I think that's what DC was thinking as well, because that came out just shortly after Avengers, the first one came out.
Yeah.
So I think like they saw the success of that, and they're like, all right, we got to get this on this now. Get a Batman, get a Superman, let's go.
Which was annoying because I liked Man of Steel. I know a lot of people
Man of Steel
are different.
was solid, yeah.
Yeah, but they rushed it and they're like, let's just throw in Batman. They should have just made a sequel, develop Superman a little bit more.
When did
before they do anything else.
Batman vs Superman come out? Was that around
2015?
Yeah,
That was
2014 or
around Civil
2015.
War.
It's 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that too, because it was two big name characters
Yeah.
against each other.
Yeah.
It's dumb on their part.
Yeah, Bat Soup was bad. I wish, as much as I don't really like Ben Affleck, I
Yeah.
wish he got his own Batman movie because I liked
Same.
his Batman.
Yeah, I'm
I-
intrigued to see what they're gonna do with
What's his nuts?
Christopher.
Nope.
Christian.
Nope.
I don't know his name.
Oh, this
Guy from Twilight.
What's his name?
What is his damn
It's
name?
not Christian.
What is it, Bundy?
It's fun watching. it.
Anywho.
It starts with a C.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Mike. I'm intrigued to see that.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think I have like hopes that that's actually gonna be good because like Matt Reeves, the director, they're taking their sweet time with that one.
Yeah.
And they want to make like a detective style
That's-
Batman film, which is like finally like
Yeah.
I feel like that's like one of the key components to like what Batman does is that he's like the greatest detective.
Yeah, like
Besides Sherlock Holmes.
I was about to say, yeah, it's the greatest detectives ever are him and Sherlock Holmes, but that's what all the Batman movies have really been missing. Like some of the older ones had, a little bit of the detective here and there, but it was
Robert
never,
Pattinson.
Yeah, that's it. Almost Christopher.
Almost Chris.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were all, even like the newer ones, it's all just action. It's like, all right, we got to show Batman
Beating
fighting
the
because
shit
he's
out
a
of everybody.
a martial arts master as well as super smart.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing Christian Bale's Batman didn't really do. They never showed off his intelligence. It was
No.
always his fighting skill. And
Yeah.
then he was cocky and said, "Hey, I want this," and then someone else built it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm intrigued. I know a lot of people are shitting on Robert Pattinson, but like he's been doing a lot of like good films lately, like indie films,
Yeah.
and people are praising him for that. So
yeah, I stopped judging the casting after I don't remember the last one, but there was someone that was cast as a superhero. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be stupid, and then they did a phenomenal job. I'm like,
yeah,
all right, that's fine because apparently casting directors know what they're doing.
exactly. I feel like despite DC films not being the best, they've been casting their characters and everything pretty well.
Yeah, the characters are fine for the most part. It's just the writing is
yeah.
awful.
Because obviously Zachary Levi was very good as Shazam.
yeah.
I like that. I think Jason Momoa is really good as Aquaman.
Yeah.
I like the bro aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Gal Gadot. Because everyone was like getting on her about that when she was cast as Wonder Woman.
Why? Because she's so skinny.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she's too skinny. She's just a model, blah, 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 all this shit. And she did really good.
Yeah.
Like her acting's not 100% all the time, but honestly, she kills it.
Yeah, and it worked for the Wonder Woman character because she's like from the Amazon or something, so she kind of has that broken not repetition, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so it kind of worked that if you're not a A+ actor, it kind of works for you.
Yeah. But I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do. I'll go see them, the films, because they have a couple films coming out next year. I'm actually excited for James Gunn's... James Gunn, right?
Yeah.
I just
You
said it
said
weird.
James Gunn's.
James Gunn. His Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
They're just adding names.
Is that a thing
like
too
nuts.
still?
Yeah, They've been casting more people. Nathan Fillion's in it.
As what?
The unknown role.
Oh.
And then they have one of the guys who plays, I don't know what his name is in Guardians, because there's so many characters in that, but he's playing King Shark, so they have that casted.
I don't know who the hell that is.
They're a bunch of weird characters, and
Is it
I like what
I was gonna say? Is it like Crocodile or
kind of
whatever his name is, Croc, where he's like an
giant,
actual?
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
giant shark.
That's what. Yeah, that's
what
what
he
I
is.
figured.
I'm intrigued. I'll go see it. So
I want a new Bane. Like I
Me
want
too.
like a comic book style Bane where he's just massive. And like
Massive.
on roids or whatever he's on.
Yeah.
Like that chemical stuff.
not Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Hardy.
I like Tom Hardy, but
Yeah.
yeah, his Bane was weird. Like I'll give him props for like getting as jacked as he did for
Yeah.
it, because he was like big. But yeah. And I guess they were trying to, because with the Dark Knight series, they were trying to be as realistic as possible, which it makes sense when you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the newer movies have shown that you can get away with the comic book style.
Despite that film being the weakest of them all,
Mm-hmm.
like I really like the ending. I think it wraps it up pretty nicely,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like I think Batman Begins is really underrated as a film in that trilogy. I think it's really, really good.
I think it's just because it's a lot slower moving than the other
Yeah.
ones.
Dark Knight's just
That's the best.
it's
Yeah. Like that's
arguably one of my favorite films.
yeah. It's
ever
just a
made.
good movie, even if it's not a
Yeah.
comic book category movie.
It's just I think Heath Ledger obviously makes it,
Mm-hmm.
and so which sucks because it's a Batman film, but like at the same time
Yeah.
he knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued though to see what Joker is going to be like though. Joaquin Phoenix is fucking nuts.
He's weird, man.
He's weird. He's a weird dude, and he's probably going to make it very weird, which I'm okay with.
Can't wait to see him on like the press circuit when he's going on like Jimmy Fallon and stuff like that.
That's soon because
Yeah.
it comes out in October.
Yeah, so probably a month from now he'll be on
Yeah.
a bunch of shows.
Nuts. But back to Spider-Man. We're going to circle that
Yeah.
way. Apparently, Disney wanted 50% of that shit, and Sony said 25, and Disney denied it. Which is at that point, 25, like you're Disney, you're already making a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Take 25.
So from what I heard, it wasn't just they want 50% of the revenue. It was they're also putting in 50% of the budget.
Yeah,
really?
of
That-
the upfront cost.
Yeah. So it's like when I hear about that, it makes a little more sense because
Yeah.
they're literally going 50-50 on the money. I don't know if they were still wanted to keep the merchandising rights in that,
Yeah.
or if they wanted to go 50-50 on everything.
Because that's different. 'Cause
Yeah.
all that stuff. Because again, we talked about this beforehand, Bundy and I, but like Universal owns a lot of the Marvel rights to their parks and
The
stuff,
parks, okay.
which is it's weird.
Everything's
Like
split up all over the place.
anything east of, I think they said the Mississippi is like strictly Universal.
Hmm.
Hulk is a weird merchant, or like that's a weird right in general because they can do. I don't think Disney can do anything Hulk related in the parks. Like they can sell some of the merchandise, but like ride wise, they can't do anything to my knowledge.
It's so stupid. Like
It's dumb.
I get it's all business, and I get why they do it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, if you just think like just like loan the rights out,
Yeah.
and take some of the like just have a flat deal saying anyone can use the Hulk image, but we get 20% or whatever it is
Yeah.
they agree on. It's like you would make a lot more money doing it that way.
It's dumb is what it is. But with that, the whole like Spider-Man deal to me, I like I said to you guys, I think it's like a lose-lose situation for both parties. I think Sony loses out. I think they're gonna reach a deal because
I don't think they will.
you don't think so?
No,
I think
it's-
the way they ended Far From Home, they kind of have to at this point because they
Well,
set
they could
up.
still do whatever they want with that
no,
story.
I think they. I mean,
Like-
it'll look weird, but they're just gonna be like, "Yep, that happened," and now nothing going forward is gonna reference
See,
what happened.
That's so stupid.
It doesn't matter.
Because they,
Yeah.
like
what they
the
gotta
end of
do.
Far From Home, they unmask Spider-Man and tell the entire world who he is.
Yeah.
It's like you can't set that up and then be like,
They'll-
never mind.
They'll make another film and they'll like go off that.
I don't
but,
think
like,
they can.
I thought they could. I think in the deal they can do their own thing. They just can't reference the other stuff because they're saying that Tom Holland's still under contract for like two or three more films,
Yeah,
so they could still run that out.
Okay.
But
I mean,
again,
if they
that's
can-
why
I think they can continue the story. They
Yeah.
just can't reference any
Anything
Avengers
else.
and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Avengers stuff.
So how does that fall in with Mysterio? Do they have the rights to him, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, because I was under the impression because I I don't know if I read it or if like you told me or something. Like I thought the initial deal was if that contract broke, Tom Holland's out. Like I thought that was the thing.
No,
like,
I thought that too.
His version
but-
of Spider-Man is not allowed anymore. But,
Yeah.
But if Sony can continue making that, then that's different.
And Mysterio's a Spider-Man villain, so they can do whatever the hell they want.
Right. Well,
with
and
shit.
that's what I was wondering because I didn't know if because he was
They
Spider-Man
just-
villain if they owned him or
they just can't
because,
reference anything. Because again, with like Mysterio, they tried drawing it back to the MCU. It was like, I used to work for Tony Stark and all
So
that.
then I
bullshit.
wonder, is he still gonna have? This is like a very specific thing. Is he
Yeah.
still gonna have AI in his suit? Because
Probably.
that's a Tony Stark tech.
Yeah, they just can't say Tony Stark.
They probably can't say like Friday or whatever her name is, Karen or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way around it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be
they-
dumb.
Because like
but-
I like Far From Home a lot. Like we've talked about this, but like to me, it feels like it's in the MCU, but at the same time, it doesn't. If that makes any sense. Like they talk about some of the events from Avengers and whatnot, but it feels
Yeah.
like its own thing. And again, they can go off that and do whatever they want.
I think if it didn't have as much Tony Stark
Yeah.
in it would feel more to me. It would feel
That's
more
what
like its
I mean.
own
Like
thing.
they reference, Tony and everything.
and,
but
and
like,
he's like a-
Snap too.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
like,
mean.
They were like key
Snap.
key events in that.
yeah, I'm intrigued. I think they're gonna come up with a deal. I feel like the outcry for it. I don't think it's all on Sony though, because a lot of people are just
No.
straight up saying, "Oh, like why is Sony doing this?" Blah blah. It's like no, it's both ends.
Yeah.
Like Disney just wants more money,
Yeah,
which
of course they
again,
do.
you're gonna make money.
Yeah,
But I mean, at the same time, I think for like the preservation of just the company,
Yeah.
I don't think Sony can afford to do a
Lose it.
50-50 deal like
That's
that.
what I mean. Yeah.
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 Which they can go all in with their other films and the animation, the
What other
Spider Verse
films?
stuff. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
Spider-Verse didn't do that well in theaters.
no
I know, but
animated
see
stuff
it.
like that. Like because that was a new. That's not a Pixar, so it's
Because
like a new
they-
animation.
um,
Didn't. It like everyone who saw it loved it, but a lot of people didn't. Like
Yeah.
my like mom won't even watch it because she's like, I don't want to watch a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's so good, but
it is so
doesn't
good.
matter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
They
the
just-
mindset of a lot of
They
people.
paid Phil, was it Lord and Miller?
Collins? Oh.
They paid them a shit ton of money to make more of those films or overlook.
It's only a TV deal,
Yeah.
so they're not doing Spider-Verse. Well, they might be like producers on
Yeah,
it, but
that's what
they're-
I mean though.
They're doing like a Spider-Verse or they're overseeing like a Spider-Man TV universe or whatever.
Animated or
Animated,
Okay.
yeah.
I wonder what that's going to be
if it's the
on.
same quality as Spider-Verse, it should be good. But a lot of times, what happens with TV shows is they have lower budget for
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I'm worried it's gonna look like Jimmy Neutron or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Let's segue that then.
Into Jimmy
Okay.
Neutron.
Into Jimmy Neutron. No, let's talk about Disney Plus.
Okay.
So this weekend there was a lot of D23 stuff. So Disney announced a bunch of their shit for it. Did you pay attention to what they announced, or like they talk more
I
about?
saw the titles, but I didn't watch any of the videos of like
Gotcha.
them explaining what anything was.
Yeah. So they had a Star Wars trailer for The Mandalorian, which looks
Oh, I heard about
really
that. I
good.
haven't seen it yet.
It's
I will
good.
watch that.
That was kind of cool.
I like
I'm
it.
intrigued now.
They're going all out with their Disney Plus
Well, they have
marketing.
to. They're losing. They know they're going to lose money for the first 2 years, so they need to get as much
Yep.
like.
And if
revenue
you were
from it.
at D23, you could have signed up for that 3-year deal, which was like the founders circle or whatever,
Okay, yeah.
where you paid $140 and like some change
So say $150 for 3 years.
for 3 years.
That breaks it down to like less than $5 a
It was like
That's not
$380 a month.
Yeah.
Someone did the math, and
That's pretty good.
I was like, that's really good.
Yeah, especially because that locks you in. And
Definitely.
If they raise the
which
prices,
they
it doesn't
will.
matter.
Which I could see them after a couple of years raising it.
I could see them after 1 year.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
I'll-
not. Maybe not a lot. Maybe because it's
Like,
what
so
$7 right now.
$6.99?
Even if they raise it up to $10.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if they go from 7 to 9,
That's
or
why I'm
7
like,
to 10.
they're putting so much shit into it. That's part of the reason why they bought Fox. Actually, the main reason they bought Fox, so they had content
Like
for
Simpsons.
it. Simpsons, all 30 seasons, right on day one.
Yeah.
But they announced that, and they announced that. I don't know if I think they said Lady and the Tramp, that the live action.
I saw the poster for that.
Yeah.
Just
It
2
looks
dogs.
It's
So
interesting.
creepy.
It's I'll watch
so
it.
trailer
I haven't
for
seen
that.
it. Is it actual dogs or
Yeah.
is it
Some
animated?
of it is.
And then when they
some of it's
talk,
CGI.
Oh,
then
they
it's
talk?
CGI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
I guess
But
they
they're
kind of
all-
have to now, but
But most of the dogs are rescues. So it makes
Sure.
me
Don't
happy.
care.
I care.
Say,
Great.
sure.
I care about that shit. Anywho, that's gonna be on day one. Mandalorian's gonna be on day one. all the vaulted stuff is going to be available right away. So.
Song of the South.
I don't know. That's not. That's one. They talked about
bummer.
that. They said no.
Are they remaking that?
Hell no.
Hell no. They wouldn't do that. They'd be
They're
stupid.
making Soul.
Yeah. And they're like, look at this.
Got Questlove.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it day one. Definitely. I'll buy the first year probably because it's a little bit cheaper. Because I want all that content. They released.
They're doing 3 more Marvel shows.
Yes.
Yep.
They're
So
doing
ridiculous.
She-Hulk.
yeah,
They're
that one.
doing.
I
that
saw, I
looks
saw
cool.
that. I haven't seen the trailer, but I just saw the announcement.
There's
I'm
no
like,
trailer. They just showed
Oh.
like, we're doing these 3.
Yeah.
So they're
that's
doing
exciting.
She-Hulk. They're doing
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, which will be interesting, and then Moon Knight, right?
Yes.
Which I'm excited for.
So I don't know anything about Moon Knight or
I
Miss
know
Marvel.
very little, but I'm intrigued. It's like
It's
cool stuff.
Who is Moon Knight related? Like, what
uh,
superhero
kinda
family
like
is he part of?
Batman-esque.
yeah.
But
I mean, like,
he's-
is he like part of Fantastic Four,
no.
or he's his own?
No, I think was he part of? It sounds weird. Well,
it'd
so-
probably be like Marvel Max, like
yeah,
Jessica Jones, like
He was-
Defender,
okay.
Street.
yeah.
level
He was a
people.
part of during that Infinity run. I think he was part of the Illuminati, which is like
The Illuminati.
there was Illuminati. Look it up.
I know the Illuminati, but Moon Knight was a part of the.
He was either that or one of those separate groups. He was part of the big event, so they threw him in there. But
The Illuminati is like Professor X,
Tony Stark,
Tony Stark,
Doctor Strange.
Why?
Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, and
So all
Black-
the geniuses.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the smartest,
Smart people.
most powerful people in the Marvel universe.
If you were
I don't
to
know
open
why
it
Moon
up-
Knight would be there.
Like throw him. They got the muscle.
Sure.
But yeah, they don't think they had any release dates or anything. But they're just like, hey,
Yeah, no.
we're doing this. Get ready for it. Which I'm like, fucking
Moon
give it
Knight,
to me, please.
he has like multiple personality
Personalities,
disorder.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of his thing.
Does he have powers, or is he just
I don't
smart?
think so.
No, he's like Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like Batman.
So
yeah, that's the one that I care the least about, just because
Really?
it's
I think
just like Batman.
She-Hulk's the number one.
I think She-Hulk and Miss Marvel would be way cooler.
Miss Marvel's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
They talked about, I think, a year ago or so when Captain Marvel. Yeah, it was like a year ago when they were starting to do marketing for Captain Marvel. They're like, we're gonna do Miss Marvel at some point. So we kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But now they're like officially, it's gonna be one of the shows. So they did that. They had a little bit about Loki, a tiny bit, just how he's gonna be running across time. And
Yeah, he's
doing
going to
all
be
that stuff.
traveling across human history. But at the same time, he has the Space Stone and not the Time Stone.
Yeah.
So
How's that gonna work?
they never really explained that.
No, it's all mystery.
Yeah. And then WandaVision.
Did you see that picture?
Hell yeah. I just saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be like half sitcom, half like crazy,
It's-
insane.
It's like that Vision
Doctor
comic
Strange
that they
yeah,
had
yeah,
out.
That's,
Like
that's what it's based off of.
that's pretty cool. It's gonna be weird.
But yeah, they have a little trailer for it, so it's cut in with like footage from like old, like Leave It to Beaver stuff, and like your classic American sitcoms.
Did they have a trailer?
They had footage. I don't know if it was even footage, but it was like
Yeah.
that little pseudo trailer cut together, and then it like fades into like this really weird music. But it's of course Scarlet Witch and Vision returning.
Yeah.
Who else is in it? What's her name? Darcy, from Thor, the Thor movies. Like,
From
Oh,
Two
her
Broke
friend.
Girls.
yeah,
The friend.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in it.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah, yeah.
She was so fucking annoying in Thor 2.
I hate her.
I hated her in Thor 2. Leave her out.
I'm fine. Bring
No.
her in. Bring her in. And then somebody else is gonna be in there too.
Someone we know, or just some rando?
Is it Doctor Strange?
No,
I know she's gonna be in.
It's gonna tie into Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I thought, what's her name's daughter, from Captain Marvel, her best friend's
Oh,
young
the
daughter
pilot's
is
kid?
gonna,
Yeah.
is gonna
I wonder
be
if she's
in-
gonna be older.
Yeah.
Because of the snap.
Yeah, that's the plan, I think.
What, 5 years older or something
yeah.
like that?
So not
Yeah.
too much, but
Well, isn't that one supposed to take place before or between Infinity War and Endgame, or not?
I don't remember if they said.
Oh,
it's
okay.
gonna
what
take
for
place.
WandaVision?
Yeah,
It's post.
post Endgame.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna
I
have to
remember
explain
that.
how Vision gets back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's gonna do some crazy mind stuff and go insane. Oh, and the chick from fucking Step Brothers, the wife, she's in a ton of stuff.
Oh, I
What
know.
is she
I know what you're
doing?
talking about.
The one who John C. Reilly fucks in
Yeah,
the bathroom.
yeah, she's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's in it too.
Interesting. I didn't know
I'm
that.
pumped about that one. I mean, I'm sure Cap and Bucky are Falcon and Bucky will be fun.
Yeah, they released a photo, like a promo of it. So
Yeah.
it looks pretty cool. Falcon kind of has like the
Red, white, and blue thing.
kind of.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, and that
Bucky has short hair.
Wyatt Russell's gonna be.
Yes.
What's his name?
I can't think, but yeah, Wyatt Russell.
We're full of information tonight.
Well, there's so much that happens, so I was just trying. I briefly saw some of that stuff yesterday on Twitter because there was just so much information.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot who he was playing.
Yeah, it's it's like a pseudo Captain America character.
Yeah.
And I think the kind of the scheme is that, like, you know, Cap's gone, Falcon's gonna be Captain America now, and like not everybody's on board with that.
Baron Zemo too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
be there
And he
too.
had a legit Baron Zemo looking
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
I'm
So
intrigued.
they've got Wyatt Russell's characters to like come in and like, hey, I'm white and I've got superpowers. I'll be the new Captain America.
Yeah, because I think the premise is that
like a
how's
dick.
the government's gonna handle him being a new Captain America.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, I remember they announced that a few weeks ago, or
Yeah.
maybe a month ago or something at this point. And I thought it was interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know if it would be interesting enough to have an entire series based off that, but it depends on how they do it.
yeah, I'm intrigued to see the content level or the quality level on everything.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's
the streaming service, but like, I don't know. It's probably gonna be great.
well,
so.
yeah, and that's gonna be a big
I have
part.
no idea. It'll probably be great.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the Mandalorian looks like it's a movie. You know what I mean?
That's gonna
so
be,
far.
that's gonna be the big part of all, like, the success of like all these shows is
Yeah.
if like the test is gonna be if you can take a 30 or whatever 10-second clip from WandaVision. And if you just show it to someone and they can't tell it's TV versus like a movie, then it'll be fine. But if it's like, yeah, this is definitely TV production, you know, like the Netflix Marvel shows like Jessica Jones,
Yeah.
like those are clearly different than the movies.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think there'll be you'll be able to tell. We'll be able to tell
Probably.
in quality, but like
Your
just
average Joe,
yeah,
they won't
probably
know.
not.
I don't know. I
depends.
hope though that it's the same quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's
But-
what I'm saying. Like if they treat it like a movie and then just split it up into 6 parts or whatever, however many it is.
Yeah.
If they give it a relatively same budget level, then I think it'll be fine. But
Yeah.
they've got a lot going on. So
They do. There's so much going on. And then with the Mandalorian, touching on that, I'm actually more excited for that than the episode 9.
yeah.
Because it's different and it looks good, and I trust Jon Favreau. So
And that is coming out on release. Right?
on release
Yep.
November
but
12th.
it is
Oh,
weekly.
yeah, so I think there's like
Oh.
8 episodes, so you
no
get one.
binging.
Yeah, which is kind of it sucks,
I
but
like
at the
it.
same time I like it because then I'm like, oh, I can wait till next
I
week.
think that's how you
Keeps
create like big pop culture moments.
That
like
is
Game
true.
Of Thrones,
I was just about to say, yeah.
everybody can go out and
Talk
has to watch
about
it
it.
at the same
Yep.
night at
Well,
least.
and there's
It's
it
smart.
leaves you a week to like think of ideas, you
Yeah.
know, like because
Yep.
if they set up the Mandalorian for the final episode to have some big reveal or big event of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
you have the week before for everyone to go online and talk about it.
How many episodes is The Mandalorian?
7 or 8.
Okay. See, I don't know if I wanna. I was gonna hold off on getting Disney Plus until like Cap and Falcon
Day 1, baby.
came out.
I'm gonna get it.
But yeah, the trailer does look cool. It definitely made me more interested. I didn't know what's his name from
Better Call-
Breaking Bad
Yeah.
is
Yep.
in it. He
Who
looks.
is it?
He plays what's his
Gustavo
name? Gustavo.
Fring.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in
He's
it.
in it. He's one of like the lead.
Imperial guys.
Yeah, so,
He's
like-
fucking dope, dude.
It's based on like the Outer Rim kind of area outside of like the usual galaxy that we're used to. So
Yep.
like a lot of the people from the Empire are like on the run.
Okay.
And so he's like an Imperial
It takes place after episode
of
6.
Yep.
after
Oh my
okay.
god, I gotta find this picture real quick. Hold up.
Yeah.
So after how long? Like directly, like Emperor just
probably
died,
like
or-
a couple years, I think.
Okay.
So they're still on the run.
but there's been time for
Yeah.
things to calm down.
So they had ATSTs. They had like
Those
the
are the
two
two
legs,
walkers,
the
yeah,
two
or
looking like the
two-legged.
two-legged one. They had like a variation of that. They had some speeders.
I-
It looks gritty, and I'm all about it.
I hope I wasn't hoping this until just now, but now I hope that it explains the transition from 6 to 7, or like
yeah.
how the New Order came to be, essentially.
Yeah, there's talks about that.
Even if it just gives hints here and there,
Yeah.
like if we see one of the New Order guys come up,
I predict
or a young Kylo Ren or something.
that we'll see a Boba Fett during it. I think Boba Fett's going to be alive.
Oh, okay.
Because they've talked about making a movie, but then they canceled it.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. With
I
that,
don't care about Boba.
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, I
He's
don't want...
He's not a character.
No, and I don't
Well, that-
necessarily want to see that per se, but like, it's probably... They're probably going to incorporate him somehow.
Yeah. I don't
honestly.
know when or how, because this was long before our time, Boba Fett became such a beloved character because he says like 3 words
Exactly.
in the entire
It's
franchise.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
cool
I can see that.
That, and they have IG-11. So that's
That
another
robot-looking
character.
dude,
yeah.
yeah.
It's not IG-88, which everyone's like, oh, it's IG-88. It's not. But Taika Waititi? I can't say his last
Waititi.
name. He is voicing him.
Okay.
So there's a couple shots of him in the trailer just fucking mowing down people. And it's
It's
pretty
pretty
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it
part
out.
was sweet.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell that it wasn't IG-88 because they
And
look
everyone- yeah.
identical. But
And I didn't know until they showed the back of the box of the pop, and it had his name at the bottom. So it said
you
IG-11.
wouldn't have known. But
So
so they tweeted or somebody captured a picture of like, so like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've got like their timeline kind of.
oh, it's
laid
the
out.
Star Wars one, right?
Look at how awful this looks.
What the hell? Why are there
It's
so many
so
curves?
confusing.
It's like a yeah. What
I
is
mean,
this?
it's just the nature of like doing this, like the series, like the middle part first, and
Yeah.
then the beginning, and then the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they,
Did you
that,
see it?
Yeah, I did. It's
Yeah.
confusing.
It's
because
so awful.
It's Disney trying to throw in as much as they can.
I mean,
It's
it
just
it gives a timeline of everything,
Yeah.
I guess.
just the layout of the actual
Yeah.
like photo. It's like there's
nuts.
curves and loops and
Well,
stuff.
that but yeah, I'm excited for Mandalorian. You should check out the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't even know they came out with one, so I'll have to watch that tonight.
With that, they also announced, which was again similar to the Boba Fett thing that's shot down, came back, yada yada yada. Obi-Wan. They're making an Obi-Wan series.
Oh, a
Ewan
series?
McGregor's Ewan McGregor came on stage, and Kathleen Kennedy's like, "Are you going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi again?" He's like, "Yes." So they're gonna make
That's when they ask.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I'm here.
because there's
You flew me
rumors
down.
the last week or so that they reached a deal,
Okay.
and then he signed on for it. So
Nice.
that's awesome. I'm
Any
excited.
any word on when it takes place or?
Definitely between 3 and 4.
You
There's
can
no
probably
way.
guess.
Well, I didn't know if it because he was
Yeah.
Obi-Wan the entire time. Well, except for obviously old
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But I
They
didn't
can
know
do
if it was gonna start him younger and then work up or.
I can see that, but like the prime, what everybody wants is between 3 and 4, and what he's doing on
Yeah.
Tatooine,
Yeah,
watching
well,
over Luke.
and yeah,
You'll
also-
probably see Darth Maul, even though they touched on that during
he's
The
still
spoilers.
yeah.
They
Spoiler for like a 8-year-old show or
yeah.
something.
Darth Maul comes back.
Yeah, he's got
and
spider
he's
legs.
in it. Yeah, and then during the last season, you see Obi-Wan, and they fight, it's like a 2-second fight, and then he kills Darth Maul.
Oh,
And Darth Maul is in Solo.
yeah, but that's
Yeah, that's
freak.
confusing.
That was weird. Like,
Yeah.
why have him in there?
Well, I can look at this handy dandy diagram and see when Solo takes
Because
place.
Solo takes place
I mean, obviously,
You better know this by heart.
It's
5 to
between-
10 years before Rogue One. I think it's 5 years before Rogue One.
yeah. Well,
And Rogue One takes place right
like,
before 4.
Yeah, like literally right.
yeah,
Before, yeah.
because like Han, they, which I don't like saying this, but I wouldn't mind seeing another Solo film, because like they kind of left it off, or like a TV, like a Disney Plus series, just to milk it out a little bit, because they left it off on a note that I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like, I didn't hate Solo, I just think it honestly should have been pushed out to December, not what was it, like the June or May release that it had.
Yeah.
So,
Low.
in the diagram,
Yep.
Solo, or actually the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the forthcoming one, will take place in the middle of the Solo story, which is really weird because Solo, its little tail goes up and then it goes like that, and then the Obi-Wan series is just right in the middle of that. So,
Huh. During
assuming
the same time. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
he must meet up with Darth Maul. I would think that'd be the only reason why they'd purposefully need to make it go right in between.
Yeah.
that
Well,
movie.
and that also because Solo took place over the course of not very like a few months.
Yeah.
So that means that the entire series is gonna be like one event.
It's confusing. That's the point.
Yeah.
Star Wars is kind of
We'll have to see.
anyway.
Which means he's pretty old. He's already an old guy at that point.
yeah,
So,
Yeah,
older.
but yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, because in episode 4 he was like 80 something.
Yeah,
And if it's only 5-10 years before that, he's
Yeah.
gonna be a slow
I-
moving guy.
I'm excited for it though. But like they had the Mandalorian trailer, which I was like, I'm all about this. Then they had Obi-Wan. I was like, I'm all about this. and then the next day. So they had the films yesterday.
Okay.
And so they didn't show anything to us, like to the general public, but they showed footage, like a featurette for Rise of Skywalker. And at the end of it, they had Rey in like a dark like hood, and then she had a double-bladed red lightsaber.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm intrigued, and I want to see it.
This was at the end of the
featurette that they showed.
The Rise of Skywalker one?
A panel, yeah, yesterday. So they had the movie panels yesterday. They showed it only to the audience.
That better not be a spoiler for the movie.
I don't think it is. Part of me wonders if it's like one of those like vision quests that Luke similarly had in Empire.
I can see that.
Or she's just bad because.
Then don't show that in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm intrigued, but it catches your attention. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
If they make her become Sith, people are gonna lose their fucking mind.
Well,
that's exactly what Anakin did.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are like speculating that she's like reincarnation of Palpatine of some sort.
Palpatine?
Emperor.
No, yeah, I know. I like a recreation of him and not
somehow, some way. Because like I read some of like the connecting books, and they touch on Palpatine a lot, which a lot of people were speculating that he was going to be in this film.
Yeah.
And then when they revealed it, I was like, oh, that makes sense, because in the books they touch on him a lot and what he's doing, quote unquote. Because I think the First Order, I think he founded the First Order, which is like was formed in the Outer Rim, which is why a lot of people are wondering about the First Order if it's going to pop up in the Mandalorian, because that kind of lines up time wise.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued. I'm excited for that film. A lot of people aren't. It'll pick up. I think in October everyone's going to start talking about Star Wars again. You don't think so?
I don't care.
I do, because there's nothing else. Well, except for the Marvel shows, there's nothing else big coming out.
There's no Marvel shows
until 2020. Yeah.
What's coming out this year? Anything?
No, Mandalorian. The big hitter. That's why I think Star Wars is gonna finish off the year. It's gonna be
okay. So that comes out November 12th or 10th, whatever.
12th.
Second week in November, and there's 8 episodes. You said
8.
So that's
6 to 8. I think it's like 7 or 8.
So honestly. That's gonna end like. Oh no, it's going to be going on as Star Wars comes out.
Yep, because
that's stupid. That's a really bad time frame.
Well, not necessarily, because you can just go home and watch it. You know what I mean? It's still the hype's gonna probably be up there for Mandalorian by the time Skywalker comes out.
They should have had it like come out a few weeks earlier and have Mandalorian end like right before Episode 9 comes out.
That would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited. Like,
I mean, yeah, no, I'm definitely excited for Episode 9 because I'm interested to see where it goes.
I trust JJ, but also JJ can't finish things. Like, I don't know. Like, the first Star Trek was really good.
Yeah,
that he did, and then Into Darkness was kind of
Into Darkness was fine. It was the one after that. It was
Beyond.
Yeah, that one was not.
I watched like 5 minutes of it, then I turned it off.
Oh, great, because Into Darkness had Benedict Cumberbatch, right? That was that one.
He was Khan.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. There was a really like kind of over the top cheesy moment.
Yeah.
When Kirk died. Spoiler. But yeah. Other than that, the movie I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Beyond was not great.
Yeah, it was cheesy as hell.
Which I guess proves your point that he can't finish it.
Well, he didn't do that.
Oh,
someone else did. I think Justin
Throw.
One of the guys who did one of the Fast movies.
Oh,
he jumped on and did it.
Okay,
I forget his last name though.
Well, that shows then.
But here's the hopeful thoughts on Star Wars ending it well, because
it's not going to end.
It's not.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah, I'm okay with Star Wars being like on Disney Plus for a little while. I'm just doing separate things like that, like Kenobi and The Mandalorian, and just waiting on a film for a while. Because again, with Disney Plus, you can keep pumping out content, making everyone happy about that without just releasing just one movie.
Yeah.
So
how soon until Disney stops producing physical media?
Oh, that's probably right around the corner.
It's getting there.
I mean, it'll be the same thing where they'll have it all released on their digital thing, and have like Blu-rays and stuff, but they're not going to be like promoting or doing anything special for it. They're because it's
watch it on here first, and you'll get
like it'll release on Disney Plus, and then 2 weeks later it'll release on Blu-ray.
Yeah, because
they have to spend money on the discs and copying and all
that. That's another thing
it.
with the Marvel films. I've noticed. You remember how they have like the DVD Blu-ray combo.
Yeah.
And at one point, I think it was during like Age of Ultron, like a couple years ago, they would only strictly do only Blu-ray or only DVD. You didn't get like a combo pack, and if you wanted to, you'd spend way more money.
Well, I think part of that's also because if you have Blu-ray, you're not going to watch a DVD.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have the money for Blu-ray player, which I mean now are
How?
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
now I don't even know if you can buy DVD players at this point.
You can.
I think you can.
I don't know why you would.
Yeah,
There's a
why?
lot of grandmas out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
It's like
I mean,
flip phones.
and then
They
even
still exist.
yeah, I mean, and even now, like Blu-ray, it's still really really good,
Yeah.
but there's better stuff. Like I don't know if the like 4K DVD or whatever is gonna become popular anytime soon because you have to have a 4K TV, and a lot of people still don't have that. But yeah, Blu-ray is like definitely the way to go. Yeah. So that's why I can see them not comboing it together. What they do
soon.
and what I like is they do the like Blu-ray and then the digital access combo, and that's awesome because if you don't have the app like Movies Anywhere, it's like all your shit goes right on there, and it's awesome because I can just watch on my phone at the gym or something.
Yeah. And then they also had, in case you guys care, Monsters Inc. They're releasing a show on Disney Plus that takes place after
What?
Monsters Inc.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a sequel.
Oh yeah,
series.
because the sequel was a prequel, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a
I forgot
prequel,
about
which
that.
I liked. So
Never saw it.
but yeah, they're
You didn't
pumped.
see Monsters Universe?
I did.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's not as good as the first
Oh
one.
no, but it's a nice little
It's
addition
better
to it.
than the Cars sequels.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen a lot of Cars sequels that came out in the last probably 5 years for Pixar. Like I didn't see Monsters. I didn't see Toy Story 4.
I think it was better than Finding Dory.
I don't like Finding.
I don't. I saw Finding Dory, but
It's okay.
the only reason I saw that was because my nephew was over. So
Yeah,
I didn't go.
I'd rather watch Monsters University than Finding Dory, honestly. But so yeah, they're releasing a bunch of that stuff. I think we briefly just watched, some of the animated films that Pixar's coming out with.
No,
Frozen 2 comes out this year.
it's gonna kill.
It's gonna make so much money, dude.
I don't know
It'll
if
make
it'll
a bill.
Yeah, easily. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll break any sort of records, like as far as animated goes.
Yeah.
But it's
I
definitely
think
gonna be up there.
Lion King, did it hit $1 billion already?
Oh, yeah.
I remember I think we were talking to Briley about that. And he's like, it won't make $1 billion. I'm like, yes, it will.
at this point, I was saying this the other, like $1 billion is a lot of money.
But it's so standard now.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like especially with Disney movies, like now it's like if a movie comes out, like a Marvel or Disney or Pixar, whatever it is, if it doesn't make $1 billion, it's like, oh, that movie came out. But it's like if it makes $1 billion, it's like okay.
Dumbo didn't make $1 billion.
Well,
I don't want to watch that.
Yeah. Like if once it crosses $2 billion, like that's the new like goal. That's the new one. It's like, hey, we made it. Because like Spider-Man made $1 billion and like nobody really talked about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Besides Sony, because it's their highest grossing movie ever.
They have to.
Yeah.
Now it's their only.
Well, I mean, they don't really have Ghostbusters or what other property? Men in Black.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming
Spider-Man's about the only thing they can rely on.
I thought Sony. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they have Men in Black. I thought it was Universal.
No.
I like the first 2 Men in Black. Third one was all right. New one's not gonna be good.
Yeah, I heard the new one sucks.
Is it already out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That just proves my point. I
heard
didn't
it
even
wasn't
know
good at all. But because they were talking about doing a crossover for 21 Jump Street and Men in Black, and then it fell through, and then nothing.
I wonder
happened.
why.
I think it'd be more interesting what they did.
Well,
what I'm understanding.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made no sense though. Like, it would have obviously been like a shoehorn thing. Like, okay, we need a reason to get.
I like the 21 Jump Street movies.
Those movies are good.
Yeah, the first one's really good. The second one's good.
The second one,
but,
I thought the second one was better.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the few like series that the sequel is much better than the original.
I thought they were gonna make a 23rd Jump Street at some point, but I don't know where they went with that. Because remember when Sony's emails and stuff got leaked? Yeah, and I think that's where the crossover thing.
That's where like the Spider-Verse movie first got announced unofficially. But yeah, they were gonna do a crossover with 21 Jump Street and Men in Black, which would have been funny.
I would have liked it.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
I would have watched
Do
that
weird
curiosity, but
yeah.
Oh, it would have been so funny. Because Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they did those 21 Jump Street movies. So just them doing a Men in Black with, it'd be so funny, dude. It'd be funny as shit.
I love them.
But
I wish That's the thing with Solo, though. I wish they kept him on. Because
Yeah.
I would have been intrigued to see their vision of it.
It wouldn't have felt like Star Wars, but
No, but then again, that's the thing. You need some variety to Star Wars. Granted, you shouldn't do it with like Last Jedi. That's why I'm torn with The Last Jedi, because it's different. But at the same time, what?
I want different, but I don't want different.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Do different, but don't do it with like your main overall story arc. You know what I mean? Because Force Awakens had it set up all this stuff, and then Last Jedi again. We talked about this.
Garbage.
Yeah, they threw it out, and they're just like, remember that build up? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Here's some weird shit.
Yeah, like and
Casino Planet.
yeah, we've talked about it 1,000 times,
Yeah.
but just like my thing with that, it's like I'm not even mad that Rey didn't have a background or anything. It's just how much they set it up in that first movie.
Yeah,
Just to
talk
give
about
us
it
nothing.
This movie. They're all gonna course correct it.
Well, yeah, I mean they're gonna do a lot of correcting to.
That's what I mean though. Like that movie went through a lot of people, like the higher ups, and they're like, "All right,
Yeah,
let's go."
I am curious to see if they try and roll with what Last Jedi handed them,
There'll
or
be
if
some stuff, but I think they're gonna course correct a lot.
yeah, like hope, and that worries me too because that's gonna take away from the actual story to try
make
and
a
like explain
backstep a little bit to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I swear, if they come out and like Rey, like someone's like, Rey, you actually do have a important lineage or something. I'm like, I'm gonna kill someone.
Yeah. I think she's connected to Palpatine somehow. With how they're how he's coming back, or
What
I'm
show
intrigued.
was it that had like a? Okay, this is gonna sound stupid. I was gonna ask what show out of it had a clone, but I know like Star Wars has many clones.
Wars. It's the episode 2 Attack of the Clones.
But I think there was some. Maybe it was just a fan theory at this point, but someone had an idea that they got Luke's hand or something. And
that was
cloned
a
him.
legitimate thing. Though.
Yeah.
That was in the first early draft
Okay,
of Force
that's
Awakens.
what it was. Yeah.
And that's where some people still think, because
I think Rey is like his like version of his clone or something like that.
there is. I'm about to get in some nerdy Star Wars stuff a little bit here. So in the books that are not canon anymore, but that took place after Return of the Jedi, there was a Luke clone.
Okay.
Similar idea, where the hand that got cut off in Cloud City, that I think it was either because the Emperor comes back like once or twice in those books,
Sure.
but they get the hand of Luke and they make a clone out of him, and his name is Luke. Like there's like two U's,
O's.
or it's like it's so weird like that. But a lot of the time, like that was a very similar connection. Or like kind of like jumping off point that they wanted to do originally for the first draft, which they scrapped initially, because I think how they wanted to originally open the film for Force Awakens is just like his hand floating in space, which is like I'm glad they didn't go that route, because it's different. But I can see them somehow tying that back in to like what they're gonna finish off with the movie. I'm just intrigued to see how they're gonna end it, because you have so much stuff to correct, to explain, and wrap up for
they
all these films.
I would love them to wrap it up, but at this point they don't have to, and that's the bad thing, because they have the possibility of all these shows on Disney Plus, or even a movie strictly for Disney Plus. They could leave things open and have that character or storyline reappear later on.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't, but I don't get what I want.
Yeah, no one does. I'm not a crybaby Star Wars fanboy. Like I didn't care for The Last Jedi, but I'm not gonna throw a hissy fit about it.
I liked it when I saw it in theaters, except for
too.
a few moments. But
and then after, I think a couple days after, I was like, that wasn't that good. Wait a second.
Yeah, for me it was a rewatch like 6 months after.
Yeah,
like
it's
when
a hard rewatch for me.
like when it came on Netflix, I rewatched it, and that was when I'm because I like paid attention more to the actual movie rather than the fact that like I'm seeing Star Wars.
I'd rather watch Solo at this point.
I don't know about that.
No.
That's tough for me.
I rewatched Solo, and I'm like, it's not that bad of a film. It's enjoyable. It's messy as hell, but like,
I've seen Solo like 2 or 3 times. The only scene I can remember from it is the train scene.
Yeah,
Like towards the beginning. I don't remember what happened at the end at all.
Darth Maul, bro.
Wasn't that like an after credit type thing though?
It's towards the end.
It's like the last.
But him
scene.
and Chewie just fly off, and they go meet up with Lando, and I think they end up winning.
Oh yeah, I remember the
They
card
end up winning the.
I remember the card
Falcon.
game. Yeah.
Yes,
That scene was cool too.
And then they say they have some sort of bounty to do or some job to do in Tatooine.
Yeah.
So it's gonna tie back. That's what I mean. I want to see. That's why I would like a sequel, because I would like to see like the actual bounty hunter underground kind of shit that they do like Jabba and stuff like that. That'd be cool. You know, different.
Yeah. So, have you seen the quote unquote remastered version of the original Star Wars movies? Like when George Lucas added a bunch of CGI and stuff. You see the scene where Han is talking to Jabba, and they like CGI a real shitty Jabba.
Yeah.
There's a part in it where they have Han step on Jabba's tail
and he like
lifts
move it up.
Yeah, it's like why have that in there?
Dude. Well, now that they own Fox, there's a lot of talks of them re-releasing the original cuts. Because now
I'd be fine with that.
I want those because Lucas. That's part of the deal that they had with Lucas when he sold the rights off. Is that he's like, you can't bring those back for some fucking stupid reason, and he hates the holiday special, which I want that so bad. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've only seen like
so
clips.
bad.
Yeah.
It's so cringy, and I don't know who approved it.
I mean, that came out in what 80 like
the 70s.
Oh, it was the 70s?
Well, when did
because Star Wars didn't come out till 77,
and it was like a year after.
Oh, okay.
It was 78.
I thought it was like after all the.
Oh, it might have been the Christmas because it came out in May.
Sure.
Of 77. I think it was that Christmas or the Christmas
okay.
after.
I thought you meant the Christmas special came out in May.
Oh, no.
I'm like, well, that's probably why I didn't do it well.
They showed like a lot of like bad footage, or just like unreleased footage, I guess, from A New Hope and whatnot. And then they had an awful Mark Hamill with like dyed blonde hair. It's so bad. But yeah, they talked about that possibly, and that'd be really cool if Disney did that. Because I'd watch that shit. Because I don't want. For example, in A New Hope, they randomly put a rock in front of R2 when he's like towards the beginning.
Like, is that the one where he like trips on it or like hits it or something like that?
I don't know. It's weird, and I'm like, why do you need to put that there?
They did a lot of stupid stuff. Now I'm thinking about it, and it's making me mad. In Episode 4, they're like right at the beginning. There's a stormtrooper that comes in and bonks his head on the doorway, and they added like a donk sound. Like, why?
To make it look like it's on purpose.
Yeah, like it's very noticeable. Like, because before they did that, it was one of those things that when you get told about it, then you're looking for it, and you see it, and you're like, "Ha, that's funny." But now they just draw attention to it. It's like, there's a scene in Episode 4 as well after, and I think this was a screw up on the original one. They have C-3PO and R2 land on Tatooine, and they're like walking through the desert, and their little pod is like way in the background. They didn't like green screen the pod out or something like that, so there's just or a blue. So there's like the pod and then just a big blue spot right in the middle.
I think with that though, one of the good things they did do was during Empire. Yeah, with Empire, they had the snow guy, snow monster.
The Wampa.
They had added that scene where the Wampa's eating whatever the tauntaun.
Yeah,
that was added, and then they had him actually go towards him and stuff like that. I like that.
Yeah, and the
that was a cool
one,
addition.
That was never there.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
He just walks up and slices him.
Yeah, you just see his arm cut off.
So,
but you don't see him like just sitting there eating the tauntaun.
Like or anything.
Yeah, why would they cut that out from the original?
They never filmed it.
I don't think they ever had.
Okay.
We should probably like
let's explain what.
Yeah, that's an example of something that was done well.
Yeah.
Then we had Return of the Jedi during that song part at Jabba's palace.
Oh yeah,
that song that used to play in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that was awful.
Yeah.
See, I didn't realize that was in the movie until I went and watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Battlefront. I was like, oh, this is something to sing along to.
Yeah, because it's got that alien with like the really long mouth and lips and that whole thing.
It's so bad. But yeah, I'm hopeful for Star Wars. I know me and you were more on the same page about liking Star Wars and being hyped.
Yeah.
Bunny not so much, and that's okay.
Communist.
Fucking dick. That's okay. But yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff this weekend for D23, which is obviously, if you don't know, I don't know if we initially said that, but like it's Disney's convention they hold every other year. I went back in 2017. Yeah, every other year then. I went to 2017, saw the footage for an Infinity War, which was so cool because they didn't release any of it.
Yeah.
Which they had a scene where Peter tells Tony as he's dying, don't tell Aunt May, or don't tell May or whatever, which I don't think was in the original cut of the film.
No.
Or like the final cut, I should say. So it's really cool. It's a lot of crazy Disney people there, which is nuts. And I don't think I could wait in lines anymore. But they announced, obviously, that Avengers Park or Avengers Land in
I was looking at
Disney California
it's on
Adventure.
Instagram.
Huh?
It looks pretty sweet.
It does. It looks really cool. They tore out Bugs Land, which is right next to Guardians. So if you don't know, Disney California Adventure, they have the Tower of Terror, which they reimagined as Guardians Mission Breakout. So, which is a weird theming for it. It's a fun ride. I loved it. But now they're trying to take that whole part of Hollywood, which I am kind of like, why would you do that? Because it's really cool and original. But they're taking that out and putting an IP of Marvel and adding a Spider-Man ride. And I think, what else did they have? They had like the Avengers headquarters thing
So
in
the
the
whole
corner.
the whole gimmick is that it's like the Avengers have established like bases all over the world. So
Yeah.
like the one in California is based around I think like primarily like Spider-Man,
Yep.
and then there's like some Hank Pym stuff. But then in China, like Shanghai Disney,
Yeah.
it's like the Stark Tokyo Expo, so it's
Oh,
like more
yep.
focused towards him.
Which there's also a Ant-Man and the Wasp ride. And
Yeah.
I think it's either Shanghai or I think it's Disney, Tokyo Disney.
yeah,
Shanghai has the Iron Man experience.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I
Interesting.
have to go
It's
to
interesting.
fucking China.
Yeah.
Get a plane ticket.
Instead, I just watched the YouTube ride of it. I was like,
Yeah, I'm
this is
sure
fine.
that's just as fun.
Yeah. Like, it's cool, but I'm not going to spend so much money to go over there. Just to,
No.
like, I'd be really cool to visit all the overseas parks.
That'd be a thing that if I were already going there,
Yeah.
I would do it. But I,
Exactly.
I would never.
Never intentionally just go.
Yeah,
strictly-
I wouldn't be like, I want to go to China for Disney and then
Yeah.
book a plane ticket and a hotel and do that.
That's expensive.
That's too much, yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
for me.
we'll see. Let's go next year. Let's do it, Gavin. But yeah, it's just a lot of Disney stuff. There's also some video game stuff. What are we doing on time?
Running out.
Okay. We're going to cut it off there, I guess. Next
week.
week, we'll talk about...
We can preview it.
Yeah.
Talk about the Avengers video game that
Yes,
was released.
that's what I was going to say. We should
Yep.
talk about that because I'm intrigued. We'll talk about video games next week.
Yeah,
So,
we touched on the Avengers when it was initially announced, but
Yeah.
they redid some of the graphics.
they look a little better.
Yeah. What's her name? Black Widow has
Widow.
a completely different model.
Yes.
And then they released some actual gameplay for it. It
Yeah.
looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good.
It doesn't look like something that will.
Doesn't look like something that would be fun, but it is something.
It
that
doesn't
is
look
happening.
It looks rough.
Yeah,
There's some rough.
and it's extremely linear. Like
Yes.
they put you in a location, they say fight these dudes,
Yeah.
and we're gonna put you in another location.
Yeah.
it's not what I was hoping it would be, but it's still early, so
Yeah.
maybe they're like the only footage we've seen is the same footage over and over again, just different versions of it.
No.
So
We'll talk about that.
they announced Kerbal Space Program 2. Completely unrelated to Disney and everything, but so do you know what Kerbal Space Program is?
I don't know
Oh
what that
man,
is.
it's awesome.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like a space flight
Yeah.
simulator.
And then when does the Google streaming game thing that we initially talked about? When is
November.
November? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I saw something about that recently. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but someone was talking about it on Twitter.
Yep, I got that
Interesting.
pre-ordered.
So we'll talk about that next week. Any movies coming out? I don't think there's any movies.
Nothing big.
It.
Oh yeah.
It's coming out. We could talk about that next week. How it's not getting the best reviews right now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Is that this week?
it previewed it for some of the critics. So
I mean, when is it released?
oh, September 6th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Something
like
like
2
that?
weeks.
It's 2 weeks from now. So we'll
Okay.
preview that soon. All right. Until then, we'll see you guys next week. My name's Justin.
I'm Gavin.
And I'm Bundy.